Dr. Tony,
Dr. John,
good to be here.
I'm
Really
so
good to
happy
be
you're
here.
here.
And it's so nice to be here and see all the amazing things that you're able to accomplish with CBP. If you could talk to us a little bit about what CBP is and how many lives you've been able to change over the years, what resonates with you and what sticks with the patients over time.
Well, CBP, I've been in practice for over 20 years and I did about 10 years without CBP. And during that time, we had great results. Their health was improving, but there was a limitation and a barrier. We just weren't breaking through massive health changes and really making a permanent impact on people's lives. That's when we realized that spinal curves had just gotten atrocious with our modern day lifestyle, right? The constant technology, phones, driving. We're not built as humans to live in this world, right? And that's when we started researching and finding out who does the best spinal curve correction. And CBP, chiropractic biophysics, was it. More research, more data, more proof than any other technique out there. And that's what we adopted. And since then, now it's not a question of how much or if they're going to improve. They're going to improve. Their life is going to change. If they've got 20 different health complaints, at least 18 minimum are going to resolve.
Amazing.
And so because of that, now we're seeing just massive, massive health changes.
Perfect. And it's not just about the spine, like what we talk about here in the office all the time. It's actually about what's inside the spine that we all forget about.
Well, that's it. Everyone associates, hey, chiropractors, they're spine doctors.
Yeah.
No, we're nervous system doctors.
Exactly.
Is really what it is. The nervous system, the spine and nervous system controls every aspect of the body. And we've gotten so used to, having these health complaints that people have, like, I've got this condition, I have gastritis, I have indigestion, I've got, infertility, and nobody knows why, right? And what we find is that when you restore that power from the brain through the nervous system, the body regulates normally. When the body regulates normally, all of those symptoms and conditions that people have that they don't know why they have them just magically disappear, right? And it's really just because the body's functioning like it's supposed to. We've taken the barriers out of the way. Other things can happen, and you might need to get treatment from other doctors for certain other things if you have other issues. But if you don't take care of the fundamentals,
perfect,
you're not fixing it.
How exactly are we fixing it? Just for everyone that's watching, the traction system itself, if you could give a short kind of explanation about what the traction system is and how it becomes so powerful tool for us.
Yeah. So obviously the chiropractic adjustment is incredibly powerful.
Of course.
Right. But when you have chronic postural distortions that create those misalignments in the spine, you're going to continue recreating those misalignments.
Yes.
Okay. So to correct that, the spinal structure, so you don't continuously get those same recurring misalignments, that's spinal curve correction, right? You're not going to change the shape of a spine with just an adjustment, right? You're going to influence it 100%, but it's a dynamic structure. You're not going to push on it and expect it to hold a new shape, right? There's muscles attached to it, which means you're going to have to build new muscles, build new patterns, right? And you're also going to need to change those daily habits that created those problems.
That's
right? So part of the procedure is, one, you need to do exercises that are going to help support the new posture. Then we do what we call mirror image adjustments, right? So we start with exercises, then we do adjustments, right? The adjustments, general chiropractic adjustments, I hate to call them general, there's just lots of different techniques out there. You can give a solid adjustment in many different ways and get phenomenal results.
Absolutely.
We do those to fix those individual misalignments, but then what we do what we call mirror image adjustments to actually push in the direction that the curve should be going.
That's specific for CBP.
That's specific for CBP. Amazing. That those mirror image adjustments, if you're in this position, we need to adjust you literally going the other direction.
Exactly.
Right? And so those mirror image adjustments are crucial to stretch those tendons and ligaments in that direction.
Yes.
Then you have to do a sustained traction.
Sustained traction.
Right? You have roughly, for a muscle to get to its all of the elastic fibers in that muscle, for them to get to their max endpoint, takes about 8 minutes. So it takes 8 minutes of stretch to get the elasticity out of a muscle. After that 8 minutes, now all the elastic fibers in the muscle have stretched. Now what you're doing after 8 minutes is you're stretching the stuff, the deep stuff, the tendons and ligaments. Scar tissue, breaking that up, right? That's what we're going to be breaking that up with adjustments.
Definitely.
And then tendons and ligaments are going to start really stretching after an 8 minute, right?
Wow.
So which means if you really want to get a change in the structure, a permanent change, because when you stretch a tendon and a ligament, it's more like Play-Doh, right? They don't have elastic fibers. Amazing. So when you stretch it, it's going to actually sustain some permanent stretch, right? So after 8 minutes is where you get that change, which is why we do traction for 15 to 20 minutes, right? A 15 to 20 minute sustained load on a tendon, on a muscle, tendon, ligament is going to create a permanent change.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll show traction after. We'll show you what traction looks like after.
Traction is very exciting.
It's amazing, and it's where we get the life changing results at the end.
That is where we get the life changing results, and that's the beginning of the healing process, right? A lot of people come into spinal curve correction and think, all right, so this is where my body is healing. It's like, no, that's where we're initiating the healing. When your spine is in a normal structure, that's when that energy can flood down to your body, just turn everything on full power, right? So normal spinal structure, nervous system is healing, body heals, and that's where we start to see, like I said, life-changing results.
Turn the lights on.
Turn the power on.
Dr. Tony.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you for everything.
100%.
Appreciate it. Thank you.